mental
the
and
analysts are
emotionally
saying
charged
the
impacts
really aim is to try and create this monolithic opposition.
to meet ever shorter deadlines known as beat the clock.
Under the impulse of His Highness Sheikh Al Thani, Qatar's development, particularly in Doha, took the lead in cultural and educational projects in the Gulf region. Doha's urban and dynamic development emphasizes on new constructions by inviting some of the most avant-garde architects and designers to contribute to its modernization. As an example, the newly designed Doha Bay Crossing project, with a new landscape outline design on the Doha Corniche and several remarkable architectural projects, affirms a strong determination to propulse Doha as a symbolic landmark of architectural and technological modernity. Cultural buildings, museums, libraries, and educational constructions are strong landmarks of this modernity in Doha, and we propose to continue this process by creating a medical and healthcare architectural project that will become a new model of healthcare facilities in the world. Our project will host the world elite in the healthcare sector, united around the French Medicine School and state-of-the-art hospital facilities and equipments. As a consequence, the building has to be the symbol of this modernity and a state-of-the-art know-how. The architectural project we propose integrates all of this and will offer visitors, patients, and medical staff an image that integrates both modernity and tradition. The latest visual and construction technologies of the architectural shell versus the classicism and luxury of interior spaces. This new project in Doha will promote Qatar as a world frontrunner in medical infrastructures with the opening of a new generation of hospital. The proposed project is designed on a model site of approximately 100,000 meters squared, 300 meters long, and 350 meters wide. The site's dimensions allow for possible future expansion by the construction of satellite structures, additional hospital units, hotels, housing, etc. The architectural design is defined by three autonomous medical entities: the General Surgery Hospital, the General Medicine Hospital, the Mother and Children Hospital, fully self-operating. The exterior areas of the project are organized on two superposing levels with a maximum height separation of 6 meters. The lower level, where all the road systems and parking areas are located. The upper level, developed like an uprising of the natural ground to reach a maximum height of 6 meters, corresponds to the pedestrian walkways and landscaped esplanades. We chose to create two separate topographic levels on the site in order to rationalize the complex flows generated by the hospital's activities. The upper level site is made of pathways, light, and airy walking bridges, which also help create shadows for the lower level drop-off areas. The landscaped areas and water basins will also help to cool off the curbside drop-off areas in a permanent and natural way. Road accesses will be directly connected to the site via direct deviations from the main road traffic. All road accesses are organized at the topographic level of the city road system and define the lower reference level, called the lower level site of our project. Different traffic flows will be organized with road signs and color-coded ground signs. The visitor's car flow will be distributed in 3 directions. Access to the parking area of the general medicine and general surgery hospitals. Access to the parking area of the Mother and Children Hospital and accompanying persons to the consultations and emergencies. Access to emergency and VIP drop-off area. At this stage of the design project, a basement parking area is planned below the hospital structure, pending further studies on the geotechnical characteristics of the site. The lower reference level is directly connected to the medical technical ring and emergencies. Private road accesses are restricted to the hospital staff and emergency vehicles. They are separated from the public car flow at the site's entrance where security access gates will be implemented. Several restricted access gates will be dedicated to emergency access on the entire site's perimeter in order to optimize the distances to the emergency drop-off curbs and minimize the patient's admission processing time. The hospital staff will have dedicated access to a specific staff parking area. A heliport will be located next to the emergency area for a fast and easy access of the stretchers. A second heliport can be located on the site if necessary and would be dedicated to the Mother and Children Hospital. Pedestrian flows and accesses are located on the upper reference level of the project, called the upper level site. The pedestrian flows are organized around esplanades, gardens, water basins, and pedestrian bridges, starting from the lower level and accessing the upper level along very light slopes, barely noticeable by the pedestrians. The pedestrian pathways and walkways start at the lower level, along the curbsides defining the site's limits, and slowly climb up to the upper level above the exterior parking areas and the site's road system. The upper level pathways will lead the visitors to the core of the building, organized as an indoor public square connecting the 3 functional buildings. Restaurants, retail stores, information desks, and services areas are organized around this central plaza. The central public plaza represents the core of the building, which unites the 3 hospitals to create one unique ensemble. This plaza, or hall, located above the medical technical ring and the emergency area, is a round-shaped interior space. A landscaped patio is located in the center of the hall. The round-shaped hall has a radius of 36 meters and an area of 3,600 meters squared. The hall is organized as an urban space where one can find retail stores, restaurants, rest areas, spiritual areas, as well as the general admission offices and desks. From there, the public flow is distributed towards each of the 3 hospital units, general medicine, general surgery, Mother and Children Hospital, where the public can find circular information desks from where they can access all of the unit's departments through organized and secure accesses. The common medical technical area is located on the lower level of the building, directly underneath the public plaza, with direct access from the emergency drop-off curbsides, VIP drop-off areas, and the heliport. The ring has a height of 6 meters and a surface area of 13,000 meters squared. It is formed by the basements of the 3 hospital buildings connected by a central ring used as a logistic hub to dispatch patients and medical staff to and from the 3 hospital buildings. This common medical technical base includes in one unique structure all the hospital common use functions, emergency services, medical laboratories, medical imaging centers, the pharmacy department, surgery operating rooms, and the resuscitation department. The main advantage of this common base is the optimized and rapid access to it from all 3 hospital units, thus reducing sharply the time for intervention compared to a more classic linear approach. Each of the 3 hospital units is directly connected to the common medical technical base via a medical functional hub, which is a vertical structure similar to an airport control tower. Those medical control towers host in each of the 3 units of the hospital the nurse offices, the general surveillance areas, and all medical zones necessary to the functioning of each department. Our proposal includes a 55,000 meters squared hospital facility dimensioned for 300 beds, with a possibility to increase its capacity to 500 beds. We have subdivided the hospital into 3 coherent hospital units. The General Surgery Hospital, with an area of 13,000 meters squared, is the largest unit of the facility and integrates all types of surgery departments. The General Medicine Hospital, with an area of 11,000 meters squared, hosts all medical specialties, consultation, and service areas. The Mother and Children Hospital, with an area of 10,000 meters squared, is a fully self-operating unit, including pediatric emergency rooms, surgery operating rooms, and a pediatric resuscitation department. All gynecological, obstetric, birth and labor rooms, and staff rest areas are in this self-operating hospital unit. Each one of these 3 units is hosted in an autonomous ovoid-shaped building perforated with a central atrium. The 3 units have a similar morphology defined by an elliptical plan 85 meters long, 56 meters wide, and a height temporarily established at 35 meters at this stage of the project. This architectural morphology, very compact in its design, provides the following advantages: optimization of the walking distances and times, centralization of the medical functions, natural lighting inside the building, distribution of the floors on several medical departments for a better modularity, possibility to sectorize within each department, men's bedrooms, women's bedrooms, optimized and secure flow orientation, optimized energy management with a compact shape. Each unit is rooted on the common medical intervention base, the ring. Each unit is composed of a ground floor accessible through the central plaza, upper level, and 6 upper floors. The medical departments are distributed by the specialties on each of the unit's floors. Each floor is perforated in its center by an atrium and crossed by a medical tower, an internal architectural structure with a conical shape, linked to the rest of the floor by walking bridges, lit with natural lighting through the atrium. Those medical towers, just like an airport control tower, include on the ground floor resuscitation rooms connected to the surgery operating rooms located on the common technical basement floor, the ring, and allow access to each of the unit's 6 floors to medical staff, logistics, services via elevators and lifts. The lifts and elevators are for staff use only and are located inside each medical tower. The public use elevators are located in other vertical flow hubs located in the lobbies of each unit. On the upper floors of each building, we find the staff rest areas and a technical floor just under the roof, which covers the technical amenities of the building, electrical, thermal, etc., from an aerial view. Patients' rooms are distributed on the floor's perimeters of each one of the 3 hospital buildings. The general design of each unit allows a distribution of the rooms in a men's sector and a women's sector for each medical department. The patient's rooms will be equipped with the highest standards in terms of medical and technical equipment, as well as their general design equipment. They will be connected to the central services area of each floor by a walk path lit by the central atrium. The rooms will have different dimensions and characteristics, but they will be designed in reference to the high standards of Parisian luxury. Each department will have premium patient suites, including VIP services, and all the space necessary to accommodate extra staff and families. The conference center is located at the upper level, entrance level, of the General Surgery Hospital. Its main access is from the esplanade and specific access walkways from outside. One can also access it from the main entrance hall, the public plaza in the General Surgery Hospital lobby. It includes a large 500-seat amphitheater, which can be divided into 2 independent amphitheaters. This auditorium is equipped with state-of-the-art audio and video equipment necessary to host international conferences. An audio translation system will be included on every seat. A polyvalent space that could be used for exhibitions or receptions can also be divided into smaller areas for meeting or small conferences. This conference center is ideally designed to handle local or international events all year long. Each ovoid-shaped building, covered with a stone and white marble cladding, is opened at the edges to 2 large structural glass canopies, with multiple skins connected by glass lateral openings. Those large glass surfaces, coupled with the central atrium, create convections of the air-conditioned cold air added to the cold air coming from the rooms in the lower floors with the hot air in stagnation on the surface of the building's skin. This process, associated with the geothermal energies, create a bioclimatic cycle, regulating warm air and cold air convections to create a healthy and environmentally friendly atmosphere with a permanent air renewal cycle. Outside, the aerial structures connect the buildings. Those structures create shadows on the ground and are covered with photovoltaic cells. Those solar cells, added to the ones on the building's roofs, create a large photovoltaic energy generator that drastically increases the sustainability of the building. Its architectural and urban evolutions positioned Doha as the regional capital of culture, knowledge, and modernity. The construction of the Doha's French hospital, with its innovations and avant-garde characteristics, will identify Qatar as a world leader in medical infrastructures. At the crossroads of human and urban, the Doha's hospital will lead the way to hospital infrastructures worldwide. Like three precious stones shining in the desert, its architectural design will be the showcase of medical knowledge and research, and patients' and families' well-being and serenity in their healthcare experience. When the sun sets on Doha and the surrounding desert, this building, dedicated to modern medicine, will become a new lighthouse for the city. Like a heart beating at the rhythm of the city's perpetual activity, this city within the city, home of a well-being-oriented research center, will indicate by its permanent twinkling that here, new hopes for humanity are birthed every day.